everyone! Today we need to talk about something very serious. It is something that has many doctors and scientists concerned. For the first time, a person in the United States has been infected with a dangerous parasite. The parasite is called the New World screwworm. This news is shocking. We thought it was gone from our country. The patient had recently traveled abroad. They sought medical attention for a wound that would not heal. Doctors discovered screwworm larvae inside the wound. This is a very rare and alarming event. It has set off alarms across public health. The New World screwworm is not just any bug. It is a parasite that can cause terrible harm. Animals, humans. Its larvae are like tiny worms that eat living flesh. Severe infections, tissue damage, it can be fatal if not treated quickly. The discovery of a human case here means we must be careful. We need to understand how this happened and take immediate steps to prevent spread. So what exactly is this New World screwworm? It is important to understand what we are dealing with. The scientific name for this parasite is Cochleomya hominivirax, which means man-eater. This name gives you a good idea of how dangerous it can be. The screwworm is actually the larva, or maggot, of a specific type of blowfly. The adult fly looks a bit like a common housefly, but it has a dark bluish-black body and orange eyes. The adult fly itself is not the main problem. The real danger comes from its babies. The female fly is attracted to open wounds on warm-blooded animals, humans, pets, livestock. The life cycle of the screwworm is what makes it so destructive. A female fly will find an open wound, even something as small as a tick bite or a scratch. She then lays hundreds of eggs, sometimes up to 400, right on the edge of that wound. In less than a day, these eggs hatch into tiny larvae. These larvae are the screwworms. They get their name because their bodies have ridges that make them look like a screw. This shape helps them burrow deep into the living flesh of their host. The New World screwworm does not discriminate. It is a threat to a wide range of warm-blooded creatures. For farmers and ranchers, this parasite is a nightmare. Cattle are especially vulnerable. A small cut from a barbed wire fence can become a target for the screwworm. Even the navel of a newborn calf can become a target. An infestation can lead to the animal becoming very sick, losing weight, and being unable to produce milk. If not caught early, the animal will likely die. This can cause huge financial losses for the agriculture industry. The economic impact could be devastating if the parasite were to become widespread once again. But it's not just farm animals that are at risk. Our beloved pets, like dogs and cats, can also become victims. A dog that gets a scratch while playing outside could develop an infestation. A cat that gets into a fight could develop an infestation. Pet owners need to be very watchful. If you see a wound on your pet that seems to be getting worse, or if it has a bad smell, you should take your pet to the veterinarian immediately. The vet can check for screwworm larvae and provide the right treatment. The United States has fought a long and successful war against the screwworm before. In the mid-20th century, this parasite caused hundreds of millions of dollars in damage to the American livestock industry every single year. It was a massive crisis that required a bold and innovative solution. Two brilliant scientists, Dr. Edward F. Knipling, Dr. Raymond C. Bushland, developed a groundbreaking technique to fight the screwworm. Their idea was not to use more pesticides, but to use the fly's own biology against it. This method became known as the sterile insect technique. The plan was brilliantly simple in concept, but massive in execution. Scientists would raise huge numbers of male screwworm flies in a laboratory. They would expose these male flies to a low dose of radiation. The radiation made the male flies sterile. After sterilization, these millions of male flies were loaded onto airplanes. The planes released them into the wild over infested areas. These sterile males would fly out and mate with wild female flies. Females only mate once in their lifetime, so a female that mated with a sterile male would lay eggs that never hatch. The strategy was a huge success. By continuously releasing overwhelming numbers of sterile males, the wild screwworm population declined rapidly. Today, this proven strategy is our best weapon against the current threat. While the news of a human screwworm case is alarming, it is very important for the public to remain calm. Health officials have stressed that the risk to the general public is currently extremely low. This was an isolated case linked to international travel. not a sign of a widespread outbreak within the United States. The systems we have in place for monitoring and responding to such threats are robust and have been activated immediately. Our public health and agriculture departments are working together to ensure any potential spread is contained. It is unlikely that you or your family will encounter this parasite in your daily lives. However, low risk does not mean no concern. Farmers, ranchers, and pet owners should be extra vigilant right now. Check your animals for wounds or injuries. Clean and treat cuts, scrapes, and other open sores promptly. For livestock, check newborns, especially their navels. If a wound is not healing, is foul-smelling, or appears to have worms, contact your veterinarian or local agricultural extension office right away. Early detection is the key to successful treatment. If caught early, infections are treatable in humans and animals. Stay informed, stay vigilant.